So the Concord game failed. A lot of people, including the big YouTubers, they're all talking about why this game failed and the money it failed to make, and it basically at the end of the day it was just unappealing and nobody played it, and this is just a big huge ball that got dropped. But I just want to focus on the characters themselves because, oh boy, these characters' designs are just bad. For those who don't know me and probably haven't seen my past content, but hi, I'm Ace. I'm a man of many talents, but the two that matter most in this subject of this video would be that I'm an artist and a game dev. I've been doing art professionally for 10 years. I have my own game out. Currently, I'm working on my second game, but as for my first game, you can go ahead and check that out on Steam. Links in the description. Otherwise, you can like this video, hit that sub button, hit that bell notification as well. You can also check out in the description links to my Twitch, my other socials, and Linktree. But yeah, let's just go ahead and get back into talking about these Concord designs. So at first glance, this is for sure trying to go for that Guardians of the Galaxy fantasy sci-fi look. But here's the problem here. Is that these don't look like they would be in the Guardians of the Galaxy. These look like they would be in the background. Like if you went to go see Guardians of the Galaxy and you look in the background of the movie, or you even play the Guardians of the Galaxy game in the background, like you would see these characters there. And that's just where the problem lies. It's just now looking further into this, I then start to see the other problem here, which is that these are supposed to be main characters. Which is going back to my previous point of these don't look like main characters, and that is the problem. When you're making a main character, you're supposed to have them stand out. There's supposed to be something about them that makes you go, "Oh, I want to be this character." I don't get that with any of these characters. Not one of these characters I want to be. Like these look like characters that you would see walking down the street in a video game. These are characters that you would approach to get a quest or a mission. These aren't characters you would be playing as. These look like generic, create your own character in a game, but they gave you all the uninteresting clothes, or you picked the uninteresting clothes of the bunch. Which is, I guess, fine in that sense. Like, you created that character, sure, but like these are the characters that you're being told to play as. That you're being told to play as the character with the knives and the big robot and the old lady. I don't like. Well, okay. So what exactly do I mean? Like, so when it comes to a main character, the main character is supposed to pop. There's supposed to be something about them that stands out, because the story is supposed to be about them. You're focusing on them. What stands them apart from the people in their world? It's not only the characters themselves are supposed to be different about them, like it's supposed to be their design as well. They're heroes, they're villains, they're trying to do something that the other characters in the world are not. And it's just these characters don't come off as that. That's the problem. And and this is going towards the people who are just not gamer, like their everyday general audience, who don't care about design, don't care about things. They just want to play a game. And when they see this, they're not going to care, because there's nothing that's popping out to them. There's nothing that's going, hey, play this character, play this game. They're going to be like, well, why though? Why do I want to play these characters? And that's the problem. The design is supposed to do that for you. The design is supposed to basically be the reason, without actually straight up telling you to play these characters. The design is supposed to do that. It's like telling a story, and instead of just explaining why a character is feeling a certain way, it gets told visually. It's visually supposed to do like, hey, come play this game, come play these characters. This is why you should be playing these characters. I'm a big guy with this big bazooka, blah blah blah, or I'm a small little a character that runs around and does some cool thing. Like something, just make him do something. Let's go ahead and compare these characters with the Guardians of the Galaxy, and I'll show you what I mean here. So looking at the Guardians of the Galaxy, they right off the bat they already look appealing. You can tell they're in a group because they're wearing similar colors, sure, but they still are distinct from one another in terms of silhouettes, in terms of character, like the characteristics of each character. Look at Rocket Raccoon down here. He's a raccoon. He's gonna have, and he has like his attitude with this whole like, you guys seen the movie where he's all like he talks tough and everything. So to kind of add to that, he uses bigger guns that are bigger than him. There's Star-Lord. He's a Terran. He's from Earth, so he's gonna wear like a space helmet to help breathe. Whereas these other characters, like Rocket, can't breathe in space either. But like some of these probably can breathe in space. There's Drax. Drax is a big guy, and he's got green skin, and there's a reason for that because of the type of character that he is. There's Adam Warlock, right? I'm pretty sure that's Adam Warlock. I might be wrong. If I'm wrong, I apologize. But there's Adam Warlock. But Adam Warlock, he's got powers. And that comes across as him, with a superhero look. Gamora over here again, green skin because of her the type of alien that she is, and like their characteristics come out. I could see that. I can't see that here. I don't know these characters. I can't tell what these characters are over here with Concord. So going back to the whole these characters being the main characters of a hero shooter, that then leads to another problem. It's like an Overwatch. Overwatch has great character design. Like exactly what each character does, and you get an idea what the character is like just by looking at those characters. Same thing with the Guardians of the Galaxy. You have an idea what they look like just by looking at them. You know what type of character they are. You have an idea what type of character they are. You don't get that with Concord. You don't. Like for instance, when I think of a gunslinger, I think of what is the first thing I think of? Cowboys. A lone wolf type of character. Someone who just maybe dark and brooding, maybe even. So what kind of characters are I thinking of? Clint Eastwood, Han Solo. So what the fuck is this? What is this? Bright colors, he's smiling. Doesn't really seem much of a gunslinger. It just seems like someone who likes to use, a revolver, and that's about it. So he's like, I like being a revolver, and yeah, he's got the side, a holster, just like any other gunslinger would, sure. And he's got like the boots, yeah, sure. But like everything else is just like everything else that he doesn't really come off as a gunslinger. He seems like maybe like a novice gunslinger, if anything. Maybe someone who's just starting out and he's like, oh, I like using guns and stuff, When I think of a character who's using knives, what do I start thinking of? I start thinking of like assassins and ninja, and then the characters I think of, I start thinking of like like Agent 47, Assassin's Creed. Then what is this? I don't understand this design. Also, this isn't me like going against them having a certain skin color or a certain body type, because that doesn't really matter, especially the skin type thing. Like, this is like a fantasy, so that's not gonna matter at all. There's the fact that there's darker skin characters, and then there's different colored skin characters because there's aliens and non-aliens. Like that doesn't matter. That's fine. I mean, and then like the body type too, it doesn't really matter as much, but there has to be a reason why they are the way they are. Like, why are they skinny? Why are they fat? There's got to be some sort of characteristic to that. And if there's no characteristic, then you're just making them fat to be fat. You're making them skinny to be skinny because that's what you wanted. And for those who want to see my work, we'll go ahead and take a look at that. So right here, this is Nikita. I actually just recently designed her with the help of you guys, my community. Thank you so much. We decided I went with some options, and we voted together on what the best look was. But overall, this character is a cyberpunk anime inspired character, with also some inspiration from video game characters as well. There's a whole entire video on that. You can check that out if you like. So with her design, because she's in the cyberpunk world, futuristic, so I went with, you know, that kind of look. Sure. I chose colors that popped, that made you go, oh, look at this character. You know, draws attention to the character. And then to contrast with those popping colors, I chose, you know, darker colors, so grays and blacks and stuff. And so overall, it looks good. There's a good contrast of colors. It looks chef's kiss. You know, and then the design itself, little doodads. So she's in a cyberpunk world, so she's gonna dress, you know, futuristic looking. She's gonna have, you know, different dyed colored hair, sure. So she is a courier for hire. So here you'll see in this picture, you'll see like she has a little pouch here on her back. She has a backpack, which is in the concept art, but rather the not concept art, but like her character sheet is what I meant to say. And then also she has a little metal piece because she's wielding a giant sword that actually like kind of like retracts into itself. So she has like the metal piece on her back of her belt where she kind of clips on, not clips on, but magnetizes to it. And so I thought of all this stuff. You know, her backstory was her, you know, her environment, and basically all that stuff, her past, even all that stuff would go into her design. That stuff speaks through her design. And then I added some all little stuff, just little dingles and dangles. You know, her little glowing piece right here. Sure, it doesn't really do much, but it just adds to the design, sure. I was even thinking that, like, maybe she has some sort of cybernetic eyes, because this is futuristic. So I gave her just a little glowing purple ring in her eyes that, you know, I could change to. Again, this is my own character. She's not part of anything specific right now. That could change. Her design could change, sure. But whereas, you know, this is finished art. This is finished. The Concord stuff is all finished. Like, this is what it's supposed to be. Like, there's doing. I mean, yeah, they could change it, sure, but like this was supposed to be like the finalized designs and looks, and that's why it's bad. Looking at another character. This is an older character. This is an older drawing, so it doesn't look as good as the other one. But that's here. That's not the point. The point is that we're gonna design the character, right? So this is a character from my series, The Masters. This is Tana, short for Katana. She's a teenager. She is a water user. So I'm gonna have a lot of blues in the design. I'm also gonna go ahead and choose some colors that pop. So even though she has like this kind of duller blue, she has this like really bright green to help make the blue pop. And then to contrast all that, again, I went in grays and blacks. She's a hero, so she has this side cape. Her whole entire attire that she's wearing, basically wearing hand-me-down clothes from the prior hero in the prior story, before her story. Kind of, in a way, it's kind of like she's carrying on that legacy that the last hero. She also there's a reason why she has red hair. It's something she gets from her mom. I'm not gonna go like into detail on that. I want people to figure that out themselves. But when you start to look into that, you'll start to figure out, oh, okay, I get it now. That's also why and also her being a water user is why she has blue eyes. That's how it is in my world. When you have a specific element that you have, you know, your color eyes matches with that element that you have. So in this case, she's a water user. She has blue eyes. If you were a fire user, you had red eyes. If you were, you know, a lightning user, you'd have yellow eyes, things like that. So that's to go along with that. And it's all just, again, it's stuff. Her world is affecting her design. Her like backstory is affecting her design. That's all good. Here, it's like, where is all this? Some of his characters I did look into, and some of them do make kind of sense. For instance, this one in the red suit, she's a chemist, and she does flame chemical, like she shoots like chemicals that burn, and so I'm guessing that's supposed to be, this suit is supposed to be like flame retardant, I guess. But then what's up all the tubes? I don't understand the tubes. That doesn't need to be there. Like this character here is like a fungus, so yeah, okay, she's got fungus on her, okay. But what is it about this character that has this type of gun? Like that's something I didn't really understand. This one right here is a soldier. It doesn't really come off as a soldier. I would think he's probably like, to me, he looks more like maybe a pilot that's trying to fight. That's what that comes off as. But he's not a pilot at all. He's a soldier. That doesn't. So yeah, I would continue going more into this, but there are actually other content creators that actually already have gone way in depth more into this, and I don't want to overstep too much on them, so I definitely want to go ahead and recommend that you check them out, which would be Saberpath and Critical Art 64. Critical Art actually went ahead and did a whole entire video of him fixing the designs, and I thought he did an awesome job, especially for someone who's not really a professional artist. So he did an awesome job at redesigning. Honestly, like if I were to redesign these characters, they would pretty much look exactly like that, maybe a little differently. I have my own art style and my own way of designing characters, as you saw, but still, yeah, I would. It's totally how it should have been, for sure. This is not me slandering the artist. This is not me saying that they're bad at all, because I would say that the quality of the art is good. It's just they just need a lot of work on the designs, and maybe it wasn't all, I don't know the full story. Maybe it wasn't completely their decision. Maybe it was a decision on their it was just a head's decision, somebody higher up in the chain saying, hey, this is what we need, and they're just doing their job. That may have been what it was. If you're being hired to create something, you're being told to do it a certain way, then you're going to do it. But again, no slandering on them. Don't attack them. This is just me kind of giving my opinion, saying that this is bad, and this is how you should go about fixing it, and kind of just agreeing with the other people on YouTube that these are just not good and that these need to be fixed. And yeah, thank you all so much who've made it this far in the video. Be sure to go ahead and give this video a like, hit the sub button if you haven't already, hit the bell notification as well if you want to see some notifications. That'll be good, right? Follow me on my socials, see me live on Twitch. I'll see you guys in the next video. Later.